Tequila was ranked number 2 of the 5 fastest growing spirits by revenue in 2022. That's according to the Distilled Spirits Council of America. Tequila sales are even outpacing beer sales. In the last year, unit sales of tequila have grown over 4%, while beer sales have declined around 1.5%. For more on this, we turn to Jenna Fagnan, Teremana Co-Founder. Teremana is a premium spirit brand founded by none other than Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Jenna, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You brought your lovely
National Tequila Day.
Yes, happy National on a Monday, no less.
I know, that doesn't seem right.
We got to change the game. But I want to pick up on the trends that we've been seeing in the alcohol space. Why do you think there's still so much momentum behind tequila, especially as we've seen an explosion of brands over the past few years, Teremana being one of them?
Yeah, it's remarkable to see. I think none of us would have expected it 10, even 5 years ago. There was growth, but in the last 3 years, the constant annual growth rate has been over 14%, while vodka has been relatively flat. So the IWSR, which is our data source for our industry, one of the leading ones, they're saying that this year, tequila for dollar sales will overtake vodka, which is quite remarkable. And a lot of it just goes to the consumers evolving, they're changing. They want something with more story, provenance, something with more flavor. And that's where it's been a lot of fun for us with Teremana, is we've got such great storytelling to talk about and to talk about the process and how it's made. So the consumer's really curious and they're quite smart about their spirits today. And so they're diving in and finding out and really latching on to tequila because it can be very versatile as well as flavorful.
When you talk about the consumer, though, are you talking specifically a younger demographic? I mean, where are you seeing the most growth in terms of tequila itself?
Yeah, it's interesting. I would say in the previous generation, even my generation, you grew up with mixto tequila, which was these tequilas that you would drink, you'd feel terrible the next day. And the younger consumer realizes tequila can be good and it can be nothing added to it, can be 100% agave and water and really natural. And they're realizing that they're falling in love with it, and they're really thinking that that's the spirit for them. And so they're exploring and finding out that, hey, I really want to go into something that says something about me and is tasting it and enjoying it, but it is all age groups.
Is that in the marketing, though, you think? Because the ingredients itself hasn't changed.
Well, mixto tequila was not 100% agave, so it was a different product that was sort of back decades ago, and now 100% agave has taken over from that. So, for example, Teremana, we only use small copper pot stills, we only use 100% brick oven roasted. And so it really, you taste it and you want to make sure that you know what you're putting into your body. And that's something that was important for our founder, Dwayne Johnson, because when you've got someone like him, he is all about transparency. He's all about doing it the right way. And so even on the back of our Teremana bottles, it's the first spirit that's got nutritional facts. So you can see what's in there and what your nutrition is.
So it sounds like you can really drink this as it is. You don't need a ton of mixers. But that being said, though, we have seen the ready-to-drink cocktail category continue to explode. Are there any plans to expand the brand and maybe include some canned cocktails down the line?
Well, right now, it's really about the purity of the tequila. With Teremana, it's really about the consumer has shifted. And so while still the margarita is the #1 cocktail in America, they do like to sip. And we're seeing all age groups sip it and love it. And more, instead of going into canned cocktails, it's more about the purity of, or the experience of going into aged tequilas. So, for example, we've got Teremana Reposado that aged, and then Teremana Añejo, which we can't keep in stock, which is further aged in former bourbon barrels. So it's really about the flavor and that experience rather than, at least for Teremana and for Dwayne, a canned cocktail.
And real quickly, Dwayne Johnson, what value does he bring to this company, not just as the face of the brand, but also as a business partner?
Yeah, he is, it's funny with celebrities, everyone talks about celebrity spirits, and a lot of them are just looking for a quick buck and they're putting their name on something. And in this industry, you have to really work. And there's not a human being who works harder than Dwayne Johnson. And everyone always says, is he who we think he is, because we see, this incredible, engaging, natural, authentic human being, and he is completely that. He's always pushing us to say, are we doing it the right way? Are we showing respect for the consumer? Are we showing respect for the workers, for the land? For him, that is crucial, and from a business partner perspective, there's nobody better.
Awesome. We'll get him in here next time with you.
I
Jenna
shall.
Fagnan, co-founder of Teremana. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.